Today, I visit Britain's budget Vegas and get creeped out by Charlie Chaplin. That's all to come. If you're new to the channel, I'm Walk with Neve. I share relaxed travel vlogs, hotel stays and flight reviews from around Europe, the UK and Ireland. I love exploring your favourite destinations and showing you what it really feels like to be there, from hidden gems to the best local spots. So grab your passport and travel with us. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a trip. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in another traditional British seaside resort, and this is my first time visiting Great Yarmouth on the channel. I've been here for the day a few years ago, but things have changed. We'll be taking a walk along the promenade, and let me know in the comments if you have any memories of Great Yarmouth. Maybe you visited as a child, and this would be a good time to ask you to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That helps me more than you can imagine. I will leave a QR code on screen. Scan that with your mobile phone. That will take you to the YouTube channel page where you can subscribe, press the bell icon, and YouTube will let you know when we upload new videos. Just coming up to one of the entrances to the Pleasure Beach Gardens, and you should be able to see the upside down house. It's only £5.50 for adults, and children it's £4.50. Children under 3, entrance is free, and you've got Sarah's tea rooms with sea views as well if you fancy a cuppa. So yeah, there's lots to do along this end of the promenade. There's also a cafe on the right called Christopher's at Merrivale. They serve home cooked food, cream teas and cater for different dietary needs. It's a really lovely spot. They've also got an old penny arcade and retro games room with classic machines from the 80s and 90s. We popped in for a look, though a few of the machines were switched off when we visited. In the 19th century, Great Yarmouth became one of Britain's first seaside holiday resorts, especially popular during the Victorian era when railways made travel easier. By the late 1800s, Great Yarmouth had earned a reputation as the Brighton of the East Coast, a glamorous and bustling holiday spot for every social class. Before the railways, only the wealthy could afford to travel to the coast, but in 1844 the Norwich to Yarmouth railway line opened, connecting the town directly to Norwich and later to London. Suddenly, Great Yarmouth became accessible to the middle and working classes, who could travel cheaply for a day trip or a short seaside break. Down here is the model village. Tickets are about £13 for adults and £9 for kids. It looks like they have discounts for families, and if you're a local you can get 25% off. How does Great Yarmouth compare to the likes of Blackpool and Scarborough? Which is better? Let me know in the comments and tell me where you think I should visit in a future video. HJ's Diner. I can see they're selling ice creams, donuts, fish and chips and plenty of seating around here. I bet this place gets really busy in the summer. Cod is £11.50 and a large tip is £4.50. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good price. The Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach opened back in 1909 and is still running its famous wooden roller coaster, one of the few in the world that still uses a brakeman to control the speed by hand. If you're a regular to Yarmouth, you'll know exactly which ride I mean. I'll pop a drone shot on screen. It's such an iconic part of the Yarmouth skyline. Even though it's out of season, Great Yarmouth is still lively, especially on the weekend. I'll be filming plenty of videos from the holiday parks in Caister and Hemsby, So if you enjoy that kind of content, don't forget to subscribe and follow along. Wellington Pier, modernised and looking nice, with a bowling alley inside. Six donuts for £3.50. Is that a good price? I always find the best place to buy donuts is on a pier. And keep watching, I'll tell you where you can buy the best donuts in Great Yarmouth. The winter gardens are just ahead. It's been closed since about 2008. It's sad to see. It's really run down now, but it does look like refurbishments are being done. So hopefully someone restores it one day. Let me know in the comments if you know what's happening. Just along the seafront, you'll spot one of Great Yarmouth's two land trains. This one runs from Britannia Pier all the way down to the Pleasure Beach. A fun and easy way to get around if you don't fancy walking the full length of the front. A single journey costs £2 or £3 for a return ticket. There's also a white land train that runs in the opposite direction, taking you up towards the Haven Seashore Holiday Park. So whichever end of Yarmouth you are staying at, there's a train to get you there. The big wheel is new. I can't remember that being here. Last time I came to Great Yarmouth was about 2019. But if you look up, the big wheel looks brilliant against the skyline. And just behind it you can see some brave people on the catapult ride, being fired into the air above the seafront. Definitely not for the faint-hearted. On the left is the Royal Hotel, which at first glance looks closed. One thing I've noticed though, compared to somewhere like Blackpool, is that there doesn't seem to be quite as many B&Bs or small hotels here on the front. There are still plenty of places to stay, but it feels like some of the old guest houses have gone or have been turned into HMOs and flats over the years. During the summer months, Great Yarmouth also hosts an event called Big Wednesday. It's been running for a few years now and takes place every Wednesday during the summer season, and again on the last Wednesday in October. There are fireworks, street performers and all sorts of entertainment along the seafront. It's a great atmosphere if you happen to be visiting when it's on. Around here you'll also find loads of amusement arcades, and funnily enough, a lot of them are named after Las Vegas casinos. Things like the Flamingo, Golden Nugget and the Silver Slipper. It gives the seafront a bit of that old school flashy Vegas charm. Speaking of which, the Silver Slipper was, of course, a famous casino in Las Vegas back in the day, and while the original might be long gone, the name definitely lives on here in Great Yarmouth.
What's the middle card? 635 droopy draws and white 65. One win to play 5. Well done. Slide back, relight your lights and away we go again. Anyone lying down across diagonal? Those 4 corners is 8. Right, if you're all in already, first number now is a white one, it's 7-0, white line 17 to start your game. Your next number.
Taking all the work is out of there. The hell was that? Sun.
minutes in mode.
A bit further up, you can see Britannia Pier ahead. It's well known for its live comedy and tribute shows. Everyone from Jimmy Carr to Chubby Brown has performed here over the years. Tickets are quite reasonable too, usually around £30 to £35 depending on the act. The front of the pier has been modernised over the past few years, I think. There used to be posters advertising upcoming acts across the front and middle section. Now it's just an LED screen. The pier itself doesn't stretch too far out over the water compared to others, but it's still a real landmark for the town. And I did say the best donuts in Great Yarmouth are found right at the front of the pier, under the food and theatre sign. Me and my partner got some and they were warm, fresh and tasted great. And that just about brings us to the end of our walk along Great Yarmouth seafront. Thank you very much for watching the video. As always, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notification bell. If you'd like to see what Hemsby looks like, that's just up the coast. Click the video at the top of the screen. Otherwise, YouTube's chosen another one it thinks you might like. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.